Hello and thanks for watching this video message. We've been seeing a history-making constitutional struggle as the UK Parliament tries to find a way through the Brexit debacle. The situation is causing a huge amount of uncertainty and, I know, concern among many of you. The university has worked hard to provide information and support to students and colleagues who are affected in different ways by this situation. And we've worked hard too to get our concerns recognised with ministers and MPs, including working closely at national level with Universities UK. Universities argued for Remain in the referendum, but regardless of what agreement we come to with the EU, we are making the case for an immigration policy that works better for our staff and students. We're pressing for funding for international exchanges to continue, and we're calling for continuing membership of European research funding programmes. We've made some progress with the Chancellor's spring statement last week announcing new strategies for international education and for research and innovation. It's been one of my priorities since I was appointed to make sure that Middlesex gets its voice heard. Building support for our mission, which is Aim 6 of the university's strategy, is all about this. We've got a challenging future ahead. We operate in a world where our main regulator, the Office for Students, is determined to show politicians and the public that it's tough on universities. It will allow institutions to fail if they can't compete and sanction them if they fail to deliver government policy. So we need to have our say about policy and about how we're regulated. The government has the whole of further and higher education under review, the Auger Review, and we've submitted evidence to that, particularly arguing that we can't carry on having our funding cut, a 16% real terms cut since 2012, without the quality of our students' education suffering. We're also faced with an increasing regulatory burden. The Teaching Excellence Framework is just one example. There's an independent review of the TEF going on now, which among other things is asking whether the exercise is in the public interest. The university has submitted evidence to that review, and we've argued that the answer is no. The exercise is deeply flawed and does little for our students and their prospects. As well as our own work, Middlesex also contributes to similar work done collectively as part of the university's umbrella group, Universities UK, our mission group, Million Plus, London Higher, the London grouping of universities, and bodies representing business of which we're members, such as the CBI and London First. In fact, there's not a single major proposal from government that will affect us that we don't respond to, make our case, and seek to change if it has the potential to harm our staff or students. Many of you are very active in helping with this work, contributing your expertise, networks and contacts. We also support a lot of government policy, such as the industrial strategy, degree apprenticeships, and the commitment to narrow inequalities in higher education. Apprenticeships are a great example of where we've reached out to influential people to change the narrative. When Robert Halfon was Apprenticeships and Skills Minister, he got a bit of a reputation for criticising universities as academic ivory towers and arguing for more funding to be given to what he called technical education outside universities. So I invited him to Middlesex to see the fantastic technical education that Middlesex does, not just by developing in our students the high-level skills needed for an advanced economy, but opening up opportunities for first-generation university students to lead successful graduate careers in the industries of the future. He left making the comment that Middlesex is exactly the kind of university the modern world needs. Later, as Chair of Parliament's Education Select Committee, he invited Professor Martin Looms and two of our brilliant students, Joanna Miranda and Nick Fitton, to present evidence about how education needs to rise to the challenge of the fourth industrial revolution. Oh, and there was another witness on our team, Pepper the robot, expertly programmed by our students to give its own evidence to the committee, and causing a media sensation as the story and our Middlesex brand went round the world. What we're doing is getting Middlesex noticed. we're a go-to place for a growing number of advisors and decision makers. When the Higher Education Minister, Chris Skidmore, wanted to introduce new legislation on accelerated degrees, he came to Middlesex to get briefed on their pros and cons. And when the Mayor of London wanted to develop a skills strategy for Londoners and understand the role of level 4 and 5 qualifications in London's skills ecosystem, his policy officers came to Middlesex for advice. There are many other examples in all our fields of study across science, technology, the arts, business and caring professions. So, despite the challenging external environment in which we have to work, the message I want to leave you with is that we're a university that gets its voice heard, and that's making a difference which I hope will ensure the best possible future for all of us. Thank you for watching.